So this is the latest update on your hive. It's January. We've already been through a fair amount of cold, horrible wet weather. So how are the bees doing? Well, as you can see here, they're still buzzing away nicely. Just opened up the hive to have a look, check that they're still alive, and they're absolutely fine. They are quite active today because it's a warm sunny day. It was about 10 or 11 degrees, and when it gets up to that kind of temperature they do become more active. They'll go out on cleansing flights where they just fly out to empty their bladders and to clean out any dead bodies of any dead bees, things like that. They'll do those on warmer days. So what I'm doing today is I'm actually opening up the hive and I'm going to give them a bit of extra food, just in case their own stores of honey get low. So I'm taking the top board off here and you can see them all inside, busy working away, reorganising. And what I'm going to do is actually put some sugar on the top with some newspaper underneath, and what that does is they can chew through the newspaper and get to the sugar, and if they get low on stores then they can eat the sugar, and that will just keep them tided over until spring, when they can start to go out and forage for nectar from flowers again. Obviously at this time of year, although they can fly a little bit on warmer days, there aren't any flowers for them to actually forage on. Nothing's in bloom really at this time of year, so they can't actually build up their stores. All they can do is use what they've built up over the summer. And actually, because it has been fairly mild recently, when they're more active they actually use more of their stores. On the colder days they actually use less because they bunch up very tight together and they share the heat between them, and they don't actually eat that much honey. But when it's warmer they're more active, therefore they're burning more energy, and so they can get through their stores quite quickly. So here what I'm doing is just putting a little hole in the middle. They can crawl up there through the newspaper and they can start to eat away at the sugar, and they'll only eat that if they get really desperate. But it's just good to have it there just in case, because we don't want them to starve. The next few months really, over the cold weather, most of the time the bees are quite inactive because as I said, they don't forage at this time of year, so they're literally just trying to survive through the cold months. Most days when it's below 10 degrees they'll just be bunched up together to keep the temperature warm inside the hive, and they keep it up to about 25 to 30 degrees inside the hive, and that just makes sure that they stay alive, and they can even raise a small amount of brood so that they've got new baby bees being raised even during this time of year. So that's what's going on inside the hive really. When it starts to really warm up in March and the spring flowers start to come out, that's when they'll become a lot more active and they'll start to bring in pollen then, and the colony will really start to build up again.